Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Today we are starting a new series. We're in September and it's time to do something else. We've got a bank balance up there of 4.4 million credits. It's not enough for what we want to buy. We can have a look along this line here, and I have bought every car. Whoopie-doo for me, but we did that with the money that we had from grinding at Tokyo 600. Well, I know these are going to change and there's some cars in there that I want to purchase. So I'd like to take that one to Alsace, which we've just bought and we will take there. This one will go to Alsace and we'll take it there. This one will go to Alsace. This one here will also go to Alsace and we'll give that a whirl. Not entirely sure about this GTB, but it might be worthwhile if it's within the dates. However, and I say however, we're going to find a way to resourcefully grind Sardegna and try and find a way that we can A, improve our driving skills, B, give a good test to GT3 cars. This is a GT3 car race and we could take whatever weapon you like to this and absolutely nail it. A PP of 800 is really easy to get these GT3 cars into, but if you want to take GR2s, GR1s, it's also the same. But what we're going to do primarily is exactly what we did at Tokyo, which is to race every one of the cars in the race, and there are 20 of them in this one, and then at the end of it we will choose the one car we feel we like the most, and then we'll race against them in a custom race and do it our own way. We have a number of options. Upgrade turbos is going to be the big thing, mediums or highs, and then you've got soft, medium or hard tyres. We could try a one-stop if we've got the fuel economy. We could go a two-stop if we haven't. We can go three-stop if we really want to challenge and really go for a sprint. And that's entirely up to you how you do it. What I'm going to do for you every video is I'm going to present for you a car and a setup of my choice to meet one of those one-stop, two-stop or three-stop challenges. What I'm going to urge you to do is get your mobile phone out or your iPad or your laptop, set yourself a video screen up and race me when we do it. And we're going to go through this together. You'll only race me once, but you'll find a way by the end of the month that we're going to have a bank balance and something like 30 million credits. I know it's half a million, it's 850,000 credits or something like that for this race. And if you do it 20 times, you're going to be, what, best part of 20 million credits, somewhere about that. Maths are rubbish. But if you race it twice, one for practice then one against me, and try to beat me or keep trying to beat me and win the race, you'll have those credits up and you'll have enjoyed your grinding. It won't be a bore, it won't be a chore, and you'll have learnt something, and you'll be able to drive all these cars, different tyres, and take them with different tyres and take the cars to the track at places like the Human Comedy in Red Bull Ring or Lego Maggiore. And it's up to you how you want to play the game, but I'm hoping within the next 4 weeks that you'll enjoy this series and you'll not look on grinding the way you have before. I don't see grinding as grinding, I see it as racing and having fun. So we're going to go to Sardegna. For those that don't know, Sardegna is in Europe and it's that bottom track, yeah, there, it's Sardegna road track. It's the extreme right race. There's only 4 races here, which is a shame. Let's have a look at the setup. As we know, it's the Ford GT. Just need to flick this. It's the Ford GT race car 18. We're going with a racing soft setup, so it's going to be a two-stopper. PP is 785.92. We haven't changed any of the suspension setup. It's 100% default. The diff is 100% default. We have changed the downforce. We've got 700 on the rear, 400 on the front. Fully customizable ECU, racing gearbox, nothing changed, 300 default. High RPM turbo, nothing else is changeable there. The brake balance controller we are going to put all the way to the front at -5. Nothing else added, nothing to care about. Well inside the PP, on the way we go. Let's get to the track. So here we arrive at the track. It's going to be 15 laps this race. And as we said, it's primarily GT3 cars. The cars to watch out for are Mr. Portilla in the Viper, Mr. Fraga in, I can't see him, there he is, in the Toyota GR86, Looks like exactly the same car as Yamanaka's in. It is. It's the GR Supra Concept. I said GR86, didn't I? It's not what I meant. The track itself is quite open. It's fast flowing corners, a couple of sharp ones. But with that, folks, let's look at settings. Assist settings, traction control 1, default ABS. We are going to be using ASM and counter steer on strong. We're grinding. We want it to be easy. We don't want it to be anything else. Controller settings, controller steering sensitivity on 5. Force feedback max torque 5, force feedback sensitivity 6. Nothing else there. Should we get into it and start talking our way through it? So, first thing to do, fuel map 4 for me on this 2-stopper. We need it to do 5 laps. Going to brake on the 150, but on the opening lap just before the 100. Second gear into the apex. There's our teammate, Mr. Wilk. He's in 18th place, so there's just Mr. and Ostra in the Porsche behind us. With this race, we're going to try and race them clean. We're not going to buffet them or bump them. Now we can go up to fuel map 3, looking at the fuel. And if the fuel starts to really tail off a lot, we'll just back it back to 4. Try and tuck up behind Mr. Solis. A little bit of a bump on his back door. That just overran him on the corner. Got herself boxed in here. Let's do a bit of an overtake. Mr. Gallo going to get you up the side. Nice little trick here. Just hop that inside corner. Down to 3rd gear. Brake it through the corner. Up into 15th place. Brake on the edge of this rumble strip on the right. First gear, apex the corner. Listen to the sound of that Ferrari. Absolute stunning beast. Ooh, a bit of a slide by the Ferrari there. Mr. Cookabun, 13th place. Leave you behind. So 4.6 laps to go. We could potentially go fuel map 2 if we want to. See if we can get past Miazano fairly swiftly. Up to the back of Mr. Rubilar. He's still in that BMW. See if he's any good compared to Lego. Take him down the inside. A little bit of bump and grind there, not what was required really, but no damage. Tyre wear's fairly decent. We're going to need to change to the mediums at the pit stop, I believe. We always go much quicker than the AI in that line. Like I said, some people bring their weapon of choice to this track and run it over and over and over again. I do have a couple of cars that we can do that with. Some people have already provided setups. Some people have already told me which car to use, and thankfully I've already purchased them all. But if you haven't got the full collection of GR3 cars, GT3 cars, this is the best time to pick them up. If you own them already, your bank balance is going to climb quicker than others. I own 99% of them, I think. I don't think I've got many missing. I think I could be quicker through there. Mr. Yamanaka and Mr. Fraga sharing the same car. So we do need to find one more car to fit the race, because I won't run the same car twice. If any of the channel members have got suggestions for a car you want to see running here that isn't covered, we can do that. Give us a nudge and we'll happily do it by your choice. If you don't already know, the way to race with me and the way to get on the channel for Tuesday and Friday night racing is to be on my PSN, my friends list. You can do that by joining me by sending a friend's request to Widdowmaker 10144. Fastest lap of the race, a 1:38.494. Don't think that was in any doubt, to be honest. We're up to 5th place. 2 laps to go. Fuel's looking about spot on. There I was thinking and feeling we could go much quicker around that corner. Ooh, cut that corner a touch. Happy days. Must have just slid off the marbles a little bit. It's not going to be 100% solid grinding this month. We're going to do maybe 3 or 4 videos a week. Maybe might have to do 5 or 6 to keep up with it all. But the way they are, the way the setups are, what you'll find, the way we do the setups, is the default setups are perfectly fine for be able to get through to the win. There won't be many cars that we have to do anything to actually get them to go the whole distance and to be able to win the race. The thing is, these are GT3 cars and ultimately they are geared for racing. But by all means, if you want to tweak the car, if you want to play with some settings and make it better for you, do so. So as we come past the pits, Portilla and Boubois have gone in. That moves us up to 3rd place. We've just increased the fastest lap to a 1:38.045. We've got 1 lap of fuel left exactly. So fuel map 3 is exactly right for where we're going. And that means we'll have to take almost a full tank of gas to get us to the end of the race. Well, it won't get us to the end of the race, it'll get us to lap 10. Anticipating that these will be sub 26-minute laps. Or should I say sub 27s? We'll find out at the end. It's pretty comparable to... Oh, we've overshot that. Oh, I braked on the 100, not the 150. There's something to remember. Front end damage, right wheel, front bumper, so we're going to have reduced downforce. We are pitting in this lap, so we'll let the pit crew look at that damage. Mr. Mendoza up next. We're all going to the pits, so we're all on the same strategy. Whoa, he was slow going in there. That was almost a killer. Racing softs. Mr. Mendoza was on hards. We're going to take it all. The rear tyres were pretty much done. Fraga's taking all the fuel he can get. We're roughly at the same time as Mendoza. I thought we were going to end up in tragedy then going in. There we go, that's all the fuel. Out in 7th place, nobody behind me. Mendoza not too happy about us coming past, and we ran it out into the gravel. Happy days. 5 laps of fuel. We might just choose to short shift a little bit. Fastest lap of the race is with us then, a 1:38.045. We could see those down into the 34s with some cars, definitely. I think what we have to realise is you're going to make mistakes. And whilst I like to enjoy a race, we do need a little bit of leeway. Car's heavy with fuel, it's taking a lot longer to slow down. We need to enjoy a little bit of leeway so that we actually have the ability to win. Grinding should be almost guaranteeing the win, but it should also be fun. Very difficult to gain penalties here. So some of the guys at the front are going to go in and pit now. That looked like Solis, yes it was. So Hizal leading, Portilla in the Viper second, Fraga third, Beauvoir fourth, Mendoza fifth, and you can see fourth and fifth in front of us now. It's taken us a lap for us to catch those up, so we are 10.5 seconds off the lead. Some of these guys are two-stopping like us. A little bit of a pump of the throttle, get us past Mr. Mendoza. I'm actually looking forward to running that Aston. I don't think I have an Aston skin actually. I don't have a Ford GT skin, it's the default one, but I definitely have some skins for some of the cars in this race provided by JP at JTP Addictions. JP has created probably 50 plus skins for the channel over the last year. He's a very dedicated skinner. I don't have any complaints about his work. Saves me a massive amount of time. If I was to learn to do skinning, it would be tremendous amount of time and effort. Not that I couldn't. It's just, it takes me all my time and effort to get these races done. Still braking on the 150. With Bob on with fuel, I believe. Just at 2.9, just under 3 laps remaining. We're in 4th place, 7 seconds from the front. 3rd gear felt just right round that apex. Down to 1st for that last corner. See if we can get this in the 137s. A 136 would be nice. Just gonna brake just past the 150. Mr. Fraga and Mr. Hizal going door to door. Nice clean overtake by Mr. Fraga. See if we can use his slipstream to give us the advantage. Portilla goes to the pits. That puts Fraga in first. We'll take that from him. A 1:36.6 that last lap. Gearing seems to be about absolutely perfect as we hit the blue area of the rev range. just as we hit the braking zone, which is absolutely spot on. So lap 8 completed with a 1:36.629. As we said, that is some 1.3 seconds faster than our previous best. These tyres are really starting to show that though. We've got this lap and the next one before the pit stop. But that's us in first place, and we're only just got a lead. 1.3, 1.4 seconds now. Just need to make sure when we get round to the pit lane line we have got that one lap of fuel remaining. Just short shift the way through. We have luck, just. Mr. Fragger's not going to give up, he's going to push us. We'll use every trick we know to try and save a smidgen of fuel at every corner. Lifting early, coasting through the apex, no gas. Short shift where possible. All we're trying to do is stay ahead at this point. We'll push again when it comes to the next set of tyres. These tyres are looking old and worn. And by comparison, that last lap was a 1:39.3, so some 2.7 seconds slower. That pushed lap really did eat our fuel a touch. Mr. Frager not pushing quite as hard as he could do. But I think we'll both go to the pits this time based on the last effort's performance. Just 0.2 left, but we're heading to the pits, so we don't have to charge all the way to the line. There we go, take the tyres, take the fuel. Mr. Frager does pit along with us. Fuel's going in. We're just ahead of Frager. Mendoza's coming as well. Is Lopez and Portilla going to go past us as we sit in the pits? There's all the fuel. And Frager is right behind us. We've just got half a second lead. And he's dived down the inside. So Portilla is also just 3.5 seconds behind us in third place. Just as he did to us, we steal that, but round the outside to the inside apex. Now if I was genuinely grinding, I'd be doing 3 or 4 races with this car, maybe a 1-stop, a 2-stop, a 3-stop. See if I could get the car to do it all. Pit stops are what, 22, 23 seconds long? It's really quite short. Fast fueling, which is decent, helps you out. I'm thinking about what we'll do with Portilla, because Portilla's a 3-stop in the Viper. I think the fuel consumption rate is phenomenal, and he is extremely quick. But if we try and do the leapfrog with him and do a lap 7 and an 8, a stint of 7 and a stint of 8, that might just be good enough to give you some sort of insight into how to be fuel economic, if that's the right way to say it. How to be frugal with fuel, and prove that there are 3 or 4 ways to run this race. We're just managing to absolutely put the hammer down and get in front of and ahead of Mr. Fraga. 4-second lead at that point as we bounce off the wall. A 141 out lap's pretty decent. Make a mistake now and you risk throwing the win away, because they'll pounce on you. Just trying to conserve a bit of fuel now for use later. Because I'm 100% sure he's going to push back. Four-second lead as we go across the line, starting lap 15. 3 laps remaining. As Mr. Portilla goes to make his last stop. What I would like to do is bring a few little gems to this race. Cars that you wouldn't normally expect to see in it, because it is GR3. So as long as they fit within the rules of GR3, we should be able to run them. An example, maybe, whilst the Audi A5 is GT2, it does possess DRS, and I was thinking what cars have DRS, and one of them is the Subaru Time Attack car. That might actually perform very well here. Seeing how that would perform. Maybe you have some suggestions of other cars that will loosely fit the GR3 format. Like I say, we can all bring the Mercedes SLK or CLK here. Everybody can do that. The Audi A5, we can bring that here. Is there a GT300 car that's not in this race that could come here? Seven seconds in the lead, lap 14, 1.7 laps of fuel. Tyres are looking okay. We're lapping cars now. No real drama at all with how this is going. As I'm driving, I'm just trying to think of other cars that might actually fit the bill and be able to compete. Something's unusual. Wonder if the Alpha Guilia would do something around here. How about the, I think the Alpha 155's in the race, is it? Maybe not. 1 lap remaining, we've got 1 lap of fuel. Tip-topperoo, we might just have to save a Tigel as we come round. But the Alpha 155 might do it. I wonder if we could bring the RS Cosworth here. Will it be outclassed? Ooh, oops. Another little bump that we don't need, and again, I actually got my glasses on, have I? I can see them sat in front of me. And I'm just thinking, maybe there's a reason why we're bumping into things. Brain can't keep up. Oh, Mr. Inestrosa just nice and slow. Managed to work our way past, and here we come round then. 0.3 left on the fuel gauge. We don't have the benefit of being able to take to the pits this time. We're 9.8 seconds in the lead. Fraga's in second, Mendoza third, Hizal fourth, Portilla in fifth, Mr. Lopez in sixth, Mr. Boubois 7, Mr. Yamanaka in 8. We're going to go across the line with absolutely spot on amount of fuel for a relatively easy, grindy win. Happy days. 9 seconds in the lead then. Do you think we could actually win that on a medium one stop? Maybe. Medium one stop? That'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? We could try. We ran actually the same setup. Is there a clean race bonus? 727,000. Yes, it is. Takes us to 5 million. We're back on the start. As you can see, I've practiced a little bit today. 142 miles we've done so far. But there she is. In car, great looking beast. And there we are, winning by 9.83 seconds. Fastest lap of the race is ours, I believe. We can't see that there, it's not going to give us that, but it must have been under 26 minutes, a 25.56.795. So faster than the Tokyo 600. You've got 4.4 minutes, let's say, let's not worry about the seconds, to get yourself that refill on your drink and take a break. But with that, folks, thank you very much. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Thanks for liking. If you've got anything you want to add, if you want to suggest a car that we could use, please do so. Willing to take them all. And if you've also got a setup, maybe you haven't. You don't have to provide one. I'll work it out. But we'll see you on the next one, folk. All the best. Take care. See you now.